This playthrough is rated T for teen.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, The Sith Lords. In the last episode, we finally escaped the Paragus mining facility. Finally, after all these episodes. It's probably not as long as I made it out to be. I was kind of checking everything and commenting and stuff like that. But we finally escaped, especially the scarred man who apparently knew Kreia as a master, perhaps at one point. And we got some exposition from Kreia, but we need to get some more. So let's talk to her. But is there anything we can do here before we talk to her? Maybe. Oh, we can check out. I doubt there's really anything to. I mean, we can look at Oh, there's T3 working on the engine. Where is that? Oh, there she is. Oh, she's just kind of just praying or meditating or whatever you want to call it. Alright, well, oh yeah, I forgot I still had that axe. Alright, anyway, let's see if Atten has anything more to say to us before we do that.
Not like I care or anything, but you might want to go check on our passenger, especially with that hand of hers.
Oh yeah, you asked me about that. Alright, I'll go check. Oh, ah. Yeah, that weird. I think it's because we're not technically supposed to talk to him again when he gets back in the seat, because it kind of messes up the game slightly. It's like, no, you're not supposed to do that. Where's T3? Did he run off? Oh well, sorry for covering the mic. Let's go talk to Kreia and get some idea, because we need to head to Telos, and since we're heading there, we might as well kill some time before we get there.
Have you come for more answers? There is little more left to give.
Well, you told me to come talk to you, so apparently there's more to do. Or maybe that was just Atten kind of gave us a sense of, let's see. Sorry, excuse me, I got a little bit of a cough. See, when you lost your NFL to 2, your hand, is there anything I can do? If you refer to your hand, the choice was yours. Ooh, that's a bit snippy. Let's just do the obvious. When your hand was lost, I felt it too.
That does not surprise me, any more than you hearing my thoughts when we were apart. The pain, however, was unexpected. If I could, I would have shielded you from it.
Yeah, thanks, lady. That was very painful indeed. Anyway. Well, Kreia's a weird character if you want to get influence with her. Showing unnecessary amounts of compassion for her don't really influence her as much as other characters would, because she's kind of more of a middle. She's more of a teacher. So I don't know if showing straight compassion for her. Let's see. If I felt the loss of your hand, what would happen if you died? Consider the pain a lesson. I'm sorry for your loss. If I had felt the loss of your hand, what would have happened if you died?
I do not know. I fear that the consequences would have been more extreme.
Like what? Consequences? Death? More extreme if I felt like my hand was dipped in molten carbonite. Would have been lethal?
Then the sensation you would feel upon my death might be less than that, though much quicker.
Okay, so quicker would have killed me? Would have been lethal? Are you saying my life or quicker would have killed me?
Possibly, yes, and I fear it works both ways. I would not wish to test it, nor should you.
Great, so if you die in combat, does that mean I die too? No, not quite. That would have been a really interesting mechanic to have in the game where Kreia falls in combat, you do too. But that would mean you'd never want to play Kreia again, because despite the experience she gives you for combat, it'd be like, oh, every time Kreia is not built, if you don't build her very well, well, too bad. Let's see, what can we do? I don't want actions to place you at risk. Then we'll work together and try to be careful until we can fix this. It's like it's a threat to me and an inconvenience. We need to sever it now. But at your age, you could die any moment, especially considering the way you act. That's also a bit snippy. I will not allow my life to be tied to some half-dead, delusional old woman. Because I know being too soft-hearted doesn't get you influence, and being disrespectful for her doesn't give her influence because she's a teacher and she wants your respect, that type of thing. I probably won't be picking all the correct stuff because I've kind of forgotten over the years how to get max influence with everyone, but I'll try my best. Sorry, excuse me. Let's see. Then we'll work together and try to be careful until we can fix this.
When battle is upon us, I suspect our minds are prepared enough to shield each other from the pain. I think we shall not have a repeat incident of what happened at Paragas.
Basically, the game's saying it's not going to happen in combat, so... This again has many advantages. I've never heard of a link like this before in Hologon's Rim Jedi stories. I've never heard of this link before in Holocron's Rim Jedi Legends.
I confess its nature eludes me as well, but the bond is strong, and its roots run deep. It seems the Force flows easily between us. When one of us manipulates the Force to heal or strengthen ourselves, the other is aided as well.
At least they give a good in-game explanation of why it affects us in combat. You and Kreia possess the Force Chain special ability. When either of you uses Force power for yourself, the other gains the benefit as well. The game told us that before. Why didn't he tell us again? Alright, whatever.
A powerful technique indeed, though, as we have noticed, it has its drawbacks.
Like, severe pain! A chair to the head! I don't know. So what do we do now? Need more about Sith hunting us? When we were in progress, I can feel the Force again. Tell me what happened. Okay, so now we just got regular conversations we ask her. So what do we do now?
I do not know. The Sith struck more swiftly than I thought, and they will not stop until they have you in their grasp. If you fall, all the galaxy will echo it.
So I have to save the world, huh? Because I'm the only Jedi left. Wah, wah. Let's see. Can't keep running until they catch us. Is there any place we can retreat to? There must be someplace we can go.
It does not matter where we go. It is not the destination that matters. It is the journey. All paths will take us to the end, whatever it may be, and no matter how strongly we fight against it. For now, we are bound for Telos, and that is enough.
So it's like reading any book, is what you're explaining to me. Or if you don't want to, if you want to fight against it, it's like reading any crappy novel. I was gonna say some author there, but I don't know enough authors or crappy ones to really make fun of them. So, enough for what?
Before the war, Jedi who failed their training were sent to the fields of Telos to serve the galaxy, not as Jedi Knights, but as farmers and laborers. The destruction of Telos was complete. I doubt any Jedi remain. Yet there may be echoes of their passing. We shall see.
Like ghosts and stuff like that? If we find no... that plan seems weak. A weak sauce. No. We don't have time to scour our entire planet for Jedi relics. Too bad they don't... Actually, I think they kind of... No, okay, never mind. Too bad they don't have the... what's it? The Jade Empire facial recognition when choosing decisions in that game. I'll probably get to that one eventually, but in that game, if you choose a angry decision, your character actually looks angry. If you're happy, he actually smiles, or she. But yeah, they don't have it yet. But anyway, if we find no trace of Jedi teachings on Telos to help us,
then I am left with nothing more than we had already. My faith in you and your ability to meet what comes.
Wow, you have a lot of faith for meeting just some random Jedi lady. That's a lot to take in at once. Let's see if there's any other questions we can ask.
And I will answer.
She seems like one of those ladies who just wants to talk a lot. I need to know more about the Sith hunting us.
These Sith, they seek the death of all Jedi, as have all the Sith, since the Jedi Order was first split.
Well, that's nothing new. First split. See, there was another Jedi Civil War. The Sith wants Jedi. I know it, but we're going to ask her anyway.
Yes, the Jedi Civil War is not the first one of its kind. Thousands of years ago, the Jedi had another civil war that split the Order. It was a terrible thing. A faction among the Jedi abandoned the teachings of the Order, following their own path. They waged war on their fellow Jedi, a war that raged across the galaxy. But these fallen Jedi were cast out, defeated, and they retreated to worlds in the Outer Rim. Over time, they took on the mantle of the Lords of the Sith. But in their hearts, they never forgot the Jedi. The hatred for the Jedi Order burns in their veins like fire and echoes in their teachings. Revan tasted it, as Malak did.
Didn't we learn this? I think we learned bits of this in the first game, and also, although I don't think Kreia ever says it, which I like the fact that the game doesn't tell us the same stuff we learned in the first game, because we learned that in its own section, so the game takes Kreia's interpretation of what she knows and tells it to us, despite the fact we know about this, and the fact that the Sith were actually a race of insects that these Jedi had interacted with, and then thus the Sith that came above it are from a combination of the Sith insectoid race mingling with other humanoids. So these Sith continued the crusade, but these Sith seem different. Are they following Malik's path? Let's do the one that we know is not true. But are they following Malik's path?
In a manner of speaking, they are different from Malak in that they are concerned only with the destruction of the Jedi. For them, it is all that matters, all that ever mattered. It is a different war these Sith wage, a thing of silence and shadow. They strike from the darkness, hiding from the face of the galaxy until all Jedi are exterminated. After all the Jedi are gone, then the galaxy is theirs, no matter whether the Sith or the Republic rules. It is the dark side that shall reign, unchecked.
Ooh, creepy. Let's see, I've never seen Sith assassins like those in the Harbinger. Those Sith assassins are the best Sith have to offer, full to fear. The Sith on Paragus knew some force techniques, but they were extremely weak. Let's see, let's just do the top one. I've never seen Sith assassins like those in the Harbinger.
I believe them to be the result of special teachings. Their apparent weakness against you is evidence of this. Those Sith assassins can sense their prey through the Force. It is like a hunger. They feed and grow stronger when they are near Force sensitives. The stronger their prey is in the Force, the deadlier they become. As long as you were cut off from it, you were able to evade their sight. But after Paragus, I fear that you will be no longer shielded from their eyes, or the eyes of their masters. The stronger you grow, the more will come.
Man, they need to feed on the Force. They feed on the Force to find people. Man, I wonder what it's like when they're actually full of the Force. And what about a person who can never truly feel full on the Force? Now, that'd be just crazy to have someone like that in the game. Anyway, is there any other questions you guys heard?
And I will answer.
Let's see. When we were in Paragus, I could feel the Force again.
Indeed. And was it the same as before?
No, I guess. I don't know. No, it felt different, faint. It was like a whisper at the edge of hearing. Felt different, faint.
If my suspicions are correct, perhaps the damage the Jedi Council did was not as permanent as they thought. It is not an easy thing to cut one off from the Force.
Wait, what? What did they do to me? This is news to me. How dare, lady, you need to explain some things. Let's see, wait, the Jedi did this to me. If they were responsible, they know right. I don't believe the Jedi would do such things. Wait, the Jedi did this to me?
What did you believe? That you suddenly lost your connection with the Force without reason?
Well, I thought it was because I was drinking too much at a bar, and the Force was like, I ain't having none of that. No beer in my house. It's not possible to cut one off from the Force. It's like deafening someone or blinding them. But to cut one off from the Force is like losing all of our senses at once. Let's do the top one.
Indeed it is. It is much like losing one's ability to listen, or being put into a deep sleep, unable to awaken to the galaxy around you. Such a thing has been done before, when Jedi have pronounced sentence on their own, and exiled them as they did you.
Yeah, we don't get cool abilities like Daredevil when we lose the sense. Nope, we just become worthless. Let's see. I don't believe they would inflict such punishment on someone. It seems too cruel. Then there must be a way to reverse what they did. If Jedi were not already gone and dead, I would end their lives for doing this to me. Anger. Let's do the other one. It's too cruel.
If not the Jedi, then what did you think was the cause of such a loss?
Defying the Jedi order to follow Rev into war, I thought I'd somehow lost my connection to the Force. That would be a reasonable explanation, even though the fact that Dark Jedi or Jedi that do that still keep their powers. So, although we know that from hindsight, but I lost it by my actions, by forgetting my training and teaching of the Jedi. I thought the many war was the cause. I did much that I'm not proud of. I believe that certain Revan had corrupted me. I thought that the war had driven me to the dark side and severed me from my powers. Yeah, let's just do that one. I had thought the Mandalorian was the cause. It did much that I'm not proud of.
War leaves many scars, but rarely does it blind one to the Force. If anything, conflict and challenge may make the connection stronger, more intense. No matter what horrors you experienced in the war, no matter who you served, it is unlikely that the Force would be lost to you unless another factor was involved.
I would do anything to restore my connection to the Force. Anything! I think, then there must be a way. Can my connection to the Force be healed?
It is possible that such a thing can be undone. Still, even so, the chances of the Jedi undoing such a thing for a traitor is a slim thing at best, assuming they yet live.
Wait, I thought I was the last Jedi. What are you talking about, lady? But he said it's possible. How? Slim is better than none. But the Force I can feel again, if only slightly.
Our link may have had other consequences. Perhaps you can hear the Force again, distantly, through me. If so, then there is hope. I may be able to teach you, train you to feel the Force again. And if you will not allow me to help you, then other Jedi must train you, or undo the damage they have done.
Well, there's no reason not to trust Kreia. I mean, despite her ramblings as an old lady and a bit obtuse at times, but... yeah, exactly. There are no more Jedi. I want whatever training you wish to give me. You train me. You could barely stand. I am my own master. I have no need of teachers. Let's just say, let's get some influence with her. I would honor whatever teaching you wish to give me.
Do not honor me, fallen Jedi. Honor it by listening and learning. Do that, and perhaps we shall survive this thing, you and I. I offer to train you to become strong again. To know the ways of the Force, and to hear the Force sing within you as it once did.
It sings a bit of jazz. Dibba dibba doo bop bop bop, the Force. Accept you as a teacher for now. If your training brings me power, then I will listen. I have no use for mentors, but a servant, yes. I always wish, maybe one day I'll replay through 1 and 2 as dark side versions of my characters, just to show you all the comedic reactions that you get from people when you're just like either super evil or dickish evil, you know. Along with Sal and my thoughts is enough. Leave me be. Oh man, these evil options are so good. I love the writers for these games, at least when it comes to the dark side options or dick options, you know. Okay. I will welcome whatever aid you offer.
Then our training shall begin. Whenever I travel with you, I shall impart what I can to you through my words and presence.
Oh, great. She's got to nag me all the time. Great. No, okay, any other questions? Let's see. Ooh, let's get an exposition dump. This is already a popcorn episode anyway, so can you tell me what happened since the Mandalorian Wars?
Much has happened in the galaxy in your absence, and since the defeat of the Mandalorians at Malachor 5.
Ooh, like a whole other game that happened before this one? Do tell. Actually, let's just ask her about her views on the Mandalorian Wars. Tell me what happened.
It is a tale you already know well. Almost a decade ago, the Mandalorians began preying on the Republic, bringing the fires of war to many planets along the Outer Rim. Their predations continued, winning victory after victory, until the Republic finally begged the Jedi Council for aid.
But the Jedi Council didn't help, only a few of the Jedi Knights did. Jedi Council agreed, but did not move fast enough, so we had to. But only some Jedi Knights answered the call like I did. Let's just do the not fast enough. The Jedi Council agreed, but did not move fast enough, so we had to.
Indeed. The Jedi Council counseled caution and patience to assess the Mandalorian threat as the Outer Rim burned.
I know this part. What happened after the war? Yeah, we can actually skip it if we don't want the exposition. I'm just curious about how Kreia interprets it, and Revan and Malak refused to wait. 2
Jedi Knights, Revan and Malak, defied the Jedi Council. They challenged the Mandalorian fierceness and brutality on the battlefield with a viciousness of their own. Revan's entrance into the conflict marked the true beginning and end of the war. It was Revan who drove the Mandalorians back into the unknown regions.
What a badass. Let's see, savagely to the end. Even in the final battle, we almost lost the war. I know this part, what happened afterwards. Even in the final battle, we almost lost the war.
Yet Revan triumphed. But you know this, for you were there at Malachor 5, and the Mandalorians were crushed beneath Revan's might.
Hey, Jade died at Malachor 5 in the comments split the order. Malachor 5 is in the past. Let's stay there forgotten. I asked what you know, not what I know. I know this part. Okay. That's pretty funny, actually. I like that answer, but May Jedi died at Malachor 5 and the conflict split the order.
You speak the truth. The war's end was merely another beginning, and what seemed a victory for the Republic was far from it. Many believed the Mandalorians defeated at Malachor 5, but the Mandalorians taught the Jedi much through battle. And so it was that Malak, Revan, and the Jedi that followed them discovered their true natures in the Mandalorian Crusade. But you know this.
Why do you keep telling me what I already know? I want to know your interpretation of it, lady. Yeesh. Yeah, it's to tell the players what actually happened in before the first game. But Sith Pals must be fought. It was not Revan's failing. If I could, I would have followed them. I know this part. Let's see. And then I felt them follow the war, consider them. But Sith Pals must be fought. It was not Revan's failing.
Did Revan fail? Or was it the failure of the Jedi teachings? A question for another time, perhaps. As Revan and Malak fought the Mandalorians in battle after battle, they grew to despise weakness, just as the Mandalorians did. In the end, the Mandalorians had taught them through conflict, shaped the Jedi, and turned them into a weapon against the Republic.
Ooh, sucks for the Republic. So what happened next? Did the Jedi Order try to stop them?
Revan and Malak, and all the Jedi that served them, turned against the Republic and the Jedi Order. Jedi fought Jedi. Revan was ambushed by the Jedi and captured. Malak continued to wage war in his master's place, inflicting terrible wounds on the Republic. Wounds that bleed still.
Because we have to escalate the horrors of war in every story of Star Wars. You know, you have to have your, Death Star, then you have to have the Star Killer, which that was probably the things I didn't like about the first movie, or sorry, the seventh movie, is it's basically a carbon copy of the fourth movie. So I wasn't excited about that. And I still haven't seen, by the time of this recording, I still haven't seen the the newest movie, The Last Jedi. Like I said, I'm still not anticipating watching it, frankly. Anyway, the Republic's weak. They could have beaten Malak. What happened to Malak? How were Malak and the Sith defeated?
As all Sith do, without a strong enemy, the Sith turned on each other. Revan escaped the Jedi and returned to finish Malak, and that was the end of the Jedi Civil War.
Yeah, we beat him. We beat him real good. Actually, I think he almost beat me a couple times because Malak has a weird power boost during that part of the game, especially when he starts sucking on Jedi. But what? Oh yeah, what did happen to Revan? Because we don't know. It just kind of ends with everyone all happy and good. But then the Republic is about to die in this story, so apparently a lot of stuff happened in 5 years. But what happened to Revan?
After defeating Malak, Revan left the Republic, and there are none who know where he has gone. It is said that the Sith remnants turned on themselves after Revan defeated Malak, reducing Korriban to ruin as the Republic still bleeds and struggles for life. Where Revan wanders now, I do not know.
Well, we know Cartha Nasty survived, at least. We saw his thing, so perhaps Bastila, Zalbar, Mission, HK. Actually, we're not sure about HK because we saw his HK-51. We know T3 survived, so at least we got one of the companions from the original game. And then there was Canderous, and is that it? Have I mentioned everyone? Oh, and Jolie Bindo, yeah, my favorite. But, yeah, well, at least 2 people have survived, we know that. But so Revan saved the Republic? You're saying Revan abandoned the war? Revan turned against Malak for the sake of the Republic?
It would seem that way from a certain point of view, perhaps. The
Oh, nice
Jedi
callback to the
Civil War
fourth,
left wounds that have yet to heal. We shall see if the Republic has the strength to survive.
Nice reference to the 5th movie game. They actually do that quite a bit. They make a lot of like random drop note quotes from the previous movies, which is pretty nice. At least the good parts, anyway. But yeah, she says something different if you when you talked to Adnan and you told him that Revan was a dark side, it stayed to the dark side. If the Republic was weak, it didn't deserve to win. Malak Revan should have crushed the Republic. then we must do what we can until it has a chance to recover from the war.
A culture's teachings, and most importantly the nature of its people, achieve definition in conflict. They find themselves or find themselves lacking. Too long did the Republic remain unchallenged. It is a stagnant beast that labors for breath and has for centuries. The Jedi Order was the heart that sustained its sickness. Now the Jedi are lost. We shall see how long the Republic can survive.
Well, apparently they survived, because they survived till the frickin', third movie, so... Until Order 66. The Republic has avoided its fate too long. Let them burn! Perhaps it's better the Republic stands on its own. Can anything be done to help the Republic?
We shall see. The Jedi Civil War cost the Republic much. The resources of the Sith seemed limitless. The Republic's was not. Fleets of warships, soldiers, and people were lost. Entire planets were decimated. Their inhabitants dead or refugees. It is a great burden for any civilization to bear. And this new threat, it is a quiet thing. Unlike the Jedi Civil War, it drives at something deeper than the strength of the Republic. It is aimed at you.
Oh, good. It's aimed at me. Aren't I the main protagonist here? Because I'm the Last Jedi? Not that movie. No, at least from what people have been talking about. The threat is directed against me?
The Republic was never what was important, ever. It was but a shell that surrounds the Jedi, just as the teachings of the Jedi are a shell surrounding the heart of man.
What is a man?
The true war has never been one waged by droids or warships or soldiers. They are but crude matter, obstacles against which we test ourselves. The true war is waged in the hearts of all living things, against our own natures, light or dark. That is what shapes and binds this galaxy, not these creations of man. You are the battleground, and if you fall, the death of the Republic will be such a quiet thing, a whisper, that shall herald the darkness to come.
And this is Obsidian Entertainment writing right here. Jiminy Christmas, guys. Crushing it with some lore and just ideas of the Force and how they view things. That's why I love at least most of the writers of Obsidian. I think they keep a good deal of their writers most of the time, but I think that's it, but let me double check. Let's see. No, then she told me Reverend Malik, so alright, I've heard enough.
I would see to that fool in the cockpit and remind him of our destination. I would not want him attempting to veer from Telos.
Well, why? I mean, it's not like he's got any reason to do otherwise. We can just drop him off and go on our own adventure, Kreia lady. But he might be good for a laugh, as long as he stops staring at my rack. The fool has a name. I'd like you to start using it. He's not a fool, but he does feel odd to me. Atten isn't bad, so bad, just, well, maybe he is. I'll crack his skull in the bulkhead if he tries. Will do. I'll go see him now. He's not a fool, but he does feel odd to me.
He is a fool and an imbecile. His potential lies downwards, not up. Watch that one. His thoughts are slippery. I do not trust him, and nor should you. Such a man serves himself first, and his allies next.
But he's a non-Jedi. What can he do? Because in Star Wars, right, unless you're a Jedi, you're freaking worthless, you know? That's why some of my favorite stories in Star Wars are the non-Jedi ones. I mean, not that there aren't any good, Jedi stories or anything like that are based around Jedis, like in the graphic novels, or I've heard Marvel's current run on the Star Wars stories are actually pretty good from what most people have been saying. I mean, there's like a few, stinkers, but not very many from what I've been, Disney's been putting on a pretty good show of getting, at least, like I said, I haven't read them, but general consensus seems to be pretty. Oh yeah, we never did open that door. Hey! What the? A damaged HK unit. Huh. I wonder. No, that can't be. This looks like the remains of HK unit, but older and more corroded than the one you encountered in Progress. Its power core still carries a charge, but a number of critical parts appear to be missing. Huh. Let's see what's missing. Diagnose the droid. It looks as if this droid is missing 4 critical components. Its droid processor, replacement droid chassis, the control cluster that's supposed to be stored in the chassis, and its vocabulator. Oh good. The way it could talk. Take the vocabulary and insert it into the core. Success. You installed the Void's vocabulator. Huh. That can't be it. Is that HK51? Yeah, we probably won't find that out for a while. But either way, we need to talk to Atten and find our way to Telos and get started with this adventure. What'll be on Telos? Will we find a part for the HK unit? And why does Atten give our main character such a bit of an odd feeling? It's because he's staring at my butt. He's staring at my butt, isn't he? Find out next time in the next episode of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, the Sith Lords. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And may the Force be with you.